G'day, Tragic here, and this is just going to be a quick tutorial on how to use the Star Wars the card game plugin for Lackey. I'm going to go pretty quick because I don't want these tutorials to bloat out. But the first one is just going to be installation and setting up, and it's incredibly simple. So let's just get started. First thing you want to do is just load up Google and go to LackeyCCG.com. Now, the very first thing you see will be these download links. So just click on the one you want. I'm going to, of course, click on Windows because I'm using Windows. And it should be noted that the iPad version is going to come out any moment. Anyway, that just downloads. Now, the good thing about this is that it is a portable application. That means it doesn't have an install of any sort. You can just extract it wherever you want and run it from that directory. So it's really cool. You can stick it on, pen drives and stuff, take it anywhere you want. But once you've installed it, all you need to do is go into the directory you extracted it to and then double click on the executable and it will load. And that's it. This is Lackey. So I'm just going to maximize this. And it's very, very simple. At the top of the screen, you'll see a Preferences tab. Just click on Preferences and then come down and you'll see this sort of box here, okay? And in it, you'll see here. Now, if you click on that box, you'll see all the card games that are in the default plugin finder. Now, there's many, many, many more card games supported by Lackey, but these are the ones that are just added to the main server list. And among them, you will find Star Wars LCG. So click on that one. Don't click on the other Star Wars one because it is the Decipher one. And then all you need to do is hit this button. And that's it. That's all you need to do to install this application. So while I'll just wait for that to download. Right, so that's downloaded. And sometimes, like in this case, you'll see it says completed with a few errors. And if we look, we see we've got a download failure here and a download failure here. And there's not a lot I can do about this. Basically, I'm using Dropbox to host this, and it's not really designed for this, so sometimes if there's too many HTTP accesses at the one time, it'll have these errors. So if you have any errors like this, just hit the update button a second time and it'll grab any files that didn't update the first time, and this time it should get them. But see, now if we look, it says auto update process completed successfully. Now if you want to test it, all you have to do is hit it again, and when the plugin is completely updated, you'll get this message which says all your files already seem up to date. So basically what I'm saying is just click on the button and click on it again just to be certain after it's finished. Okay, so once it's done that, you just come up to plugin this button here in the preferences, click it and select Star Wars LCG and click choose, and that is it. The plugin is installed. Now there's just a couple little things I like to do and I recommend you do them. Go back into preferences and then come to the miscellaneous tab, and I turn off mouse over tooltips, I turn off show tutorials, and I tick auto clear cards when moved off the table. Now what this will do, it means if you've got tokens all over your card, like damage tokens or whatever, if the card is removed from play, it'll automatically clear them. By default, it's not ticked, which means the next time you draw that card, it could possibly still have the tokens all over it. Then finally, just go into player profile and set up your player name. So what I like to do, because you need to set a player name to access the server. So I just put in Tragic. I don't put anything in the email. In the other player info, it's like a little public note people can see for your user. Now what I like to do here is I just type in my games that I play on Lackey. So I go COC, LCG, I go Star Wars, LCG, Lord of the Rings, LCG, ANR, LCG, Star Wars, Decipher, and Dune. They're pretty much the games that I play mainly on this at the moment. I'll also put in Death Angel. Now these are just games that I like to play, but the idea is that people can see what games you have plugins for and they can message you. And then just click a color. I'm going to click orange and then I'm going to click save. Now finally, if I just go back into that thing, you'll see this little avatar. This is optional, but it's kind of cool. If you click on this, you'll get a list of avatars that you can pick from, and you can install your own. So that's what I'm just going to show you how to do. Basically, if I just go to my desktop, I've got a little image here that I like to use. Mine is 60 by 60 pixels, but you can make it pretty much any size because it'll auto scale it. But 60/60 or 100/100 is probably what you're aiming for. I'm just going to copy that, go into the directory I installed Lackey, and go into images, go into avatars, and Control-V, paste it in. That's it. And also, just for Windows users, you can of course click on the XE with right click, drag it to desktop or wherever you want. When you let go, select create shortcut and rename it to whatever you want, and that's a good way to just get a quick shortcut. And that's it. The game is now completely set up and ready to play. Now remember, you might have noticed we haven't downloaded any cards. That's completely fine. There's no need to download cards. The plugin itself will actually download them as needed. So if I go into the deck editor and I just highlight a card, you can see in the top corner, like up here, if you watch up there, it'll get a green text. That's just telling you that a card is downloading. And as you can see, the cards just pop in as needed. Okay, so that's the end of that. The next tutorial will just be in plugin usage. Okay, so yeah, Star Wars the card game. Lackey. Have fun.